Hey everybody, Ali Madawi here with a few special guests, and we got another one for you because I am excited because I got two of my I gotta say it without being biased here, but two of my amazing brothers, and also coaching clients of Madawi Enterprise, and what I believe to be the next superstars in the business space. One of them happening to be in here in the studio with us, Mr. Miguel Ramos, and another one with us via, should we call it satellite or Facebook Messenger, Mr. Clee Tillman. So welcome, Clee. How you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing?
We are doing amazing. And sir, thank you so much for being here with us.
Problem.
We appreciate it.
It's all mine.
Absolutely. We are definitely excited. So this is a very unique occasion. As you know, it's Wednesday, and normally we don't do any webinars or anything really as far as live broadcasts. But you know, Miguel and I just spent, I don't know, about 45 minutes, 30 minutes, and we did his photo shoots, and, you know, we did a whole lot of stuff, and, you know, his son, amazing son, Sean, is here as well. He's on the other side. And we got this man right here that is with us on the messenger, who they both, over the last 6 weeks almost, we've been working together on developing their brand, developing their businesses, developing their movement, if you will. And it kind of comes down to, okay, how can I start a business, or how can I make a decision to move forward? And I felt that it was only appropriate to have two individuals that not only I believe in so much, but have just gone through that transition of going from whatever they had in their life, regardless of the circumstance or whatever the case may be, to develop where they are right now. So why don't we get things going with you, Miguel? Just tell us a little bit, you know, as far as your story, where it all started to what has gotten you in here right now.
Oh, definitely. Well, first of all, I just want to thank you, Ali, you know, for having me on the show today, and you know, I want to thank Coach Clee. How you doing, man, over there?
How you doing? How you doing?
You know, good brother of mine. You know, and I just want to say, you know, for me, really, it just became, you know, almost like I don't want to say a point of desperation, but it became a point almost where I wanted to change. I wanted to a transformation. You know, I'm a full-time pastor, and I also do full-time construction work. You know, I've owned my businesses. I've done many traditional businesses before, network marketing business, you name it, I've done it. But I wanted to do something that I was happy doing, that I enjoyed. And one thing that I know that I enjoy is helping people. I love transforming people's lives. I love to motivate people. I love to encourage them. And I've noticed that, you know, through working through the church, you know, I'm very good at developing leaders. You know, and I never really knew it until I met Ali. And when I met Ali, you know, he said to me, listen, you have a very good skill. You have a very good talent. And I didn't see it for myself, you know. And you know, he, you know, worked with me and he helped me see it. And it wasn't until I saw it myself, you know, and that I really believed that I can do this. I said, you know what, I can do this. You know, let me give it a try. And I put everything together, all the knowledge, all the skills, you know, all the God-given talent that he has given me, he has blessed me with. And I said, you know what, let me go ahead and do it. And I started doing the videos, and he said, you know, make your brand and develop a following. And I told him, I said, I don't want to stay stuck. That's what I told him. I don't want to be stuck in one place. But, you know, one viewer turned to two turned to four turned to 18, and 18, it just kept growing and growing, and many feedback. So again, you know, I made a decision. It was not easy. You know, I was very nervous. I told him the story that my first actual video that I did took me a whole week to do a 15-second introduction, a whole week. And I was afraid of the camera, but, you know, just like everything, you know, it just, the consistency helped me grow. So, you know, you got to do it.
That's amazing. And, you know, I took so many notes, and I definitely want to dig a little bit more into all those things. But Mr. Tillman, tell us a little bit about, you know, your story, and for those who may not know about you.
Hey, how's everybody doing? I am, first and foremost, I'd like to thank you also for having me on the show.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it. I am currently a police officer and a detective with the department here in Pennsylvania. I love my job. I feel like I'm very effective at my job. What I'm very effective with is also helping people and changing lives. And I believe I love, that's a passion of mine to do that. And while meeting, in the process of meeting and getting closer to you and having you help me, you helped me explore some talents in me that I really didn't know were there. They were deep rooted, and you helped bring them out. You know, you're the kind of farmer, and I'm the field. I'm just trying to grow. You know, I found throughout this process of doing these videos that a lot of people have been reaching back out to me, understanding how much I'm trying to help them. I realize that single moms or kids or just people in the system don't really know how the system works. And they have a lot of questions about the system or even life, period. And they don't know where to go or who to ask. And I've always wanted to help people. I help them at work now. I'm really helping them now doing these videos. I remember also my very first video. It didn't take me that long to do, but I remember I rehearsed it in the mirror so many times and stuff. I had it memorized, and as soon as you go live, you see that 3, 2, 1, your mind goes, what?
Come on, man. You're preaching now, man.
And then just out of habit and repetition, I'm still not the best. I still can use some work. I still get very nervous. Amen. But I love the process of helping people. And I love the avenue that you gave me to go reach out and change people's lives. I know from a child that I used to like to write stories. I still have some stories in my closet now from when I wrote from when I was about 12 or 14. And I've always had a burning desire to write stories or put my thoughts down on paper and supply them to the world and help people. And also, again, through your help, I'm actually almost done writing my very first book.
Man,
I'm
awesome.
very proud of that. It's hard work, but it was a lot of fun work. So I can't say it was hard work to the point where it was discouraging, but it's when you're doing something that you love doing, it's actually a lot of fun. Yes. It's very time consuming, but it's a good time.
No, and we appreciate that in a major way, and I have no doubt that you're gonna rock it out. So let me get back to you, Miguel, for a second. You know, you've mentioned, you know, like before even launching your own movement, before launching your own brand, you're already, you know, leading a church.
Right.
You already have construction.
Yes.
And you already have a family with 3 kids, correct?
4
kids. So there are many people, and by the way, shout out to all of you who are watching. I see you, Eliz, who's all the way from the UK watching this right now, and it's about 1 o'clock in the morning over there.
Wow.
So you know, we definitely appreciate you. Mike Fenwick, who's from Maryland, is watching as well, and a few others. Make sure you give, you know, you post where you're logging in from, because we want to give you a shout out for everybody who's watching this. So you know, there are many people out there who are wondering, okay, now I get being a multipreneur, but how are you doing this?
I say, listen, I have this motto that I tell myself, and I say that if you work hard, if you put big in, then you're gonna get big out. You know, the Bible tells us, you know, that however a man soweth, that's how he shall reap. So my thing is that while I'm young, while I'm able to do it, you know, if I have to sleep 5 hours and work the rest, you know, I want to create a legacy, a dynasty for my family, that therefore, you know, I can make the pathway a lot easier for them to walk. You know, I'm not trying to tell them that I want them to be born with a silver spoon. I want them to learn the work ethic, but I want to make it a little bit easier for them. You know, I grew up, you know, third world country, youngest kid of 7 children. I was actually, you know, I said in my bio, I don't know if you guys ever seen, you know, those sponsored children ads, you know, you send $1 a day. That was me. I was a sponsor of a child, and you know, through a church they sponsored me, and you know, people will send me clothes and all that stuff. But long story short, you know, I came from the bottom of nothing, and I did not know what rich or stability or, you know, I want to say comfortability. I didn't know what it was. We lived in a 2-bedroom shack, and I had to share a bed with 7 of my brothers and sisters, you know. The other bedroom belonged to my mom and dad, you know, so we all lived there together, and I had to basically create this vision for myself to want more. So, to answer your question, Ali, it is to me is, you know, as I can do it, if I'm able to do it, I'm going to do as much as I can. That if I put big in, I can get big out. You know, if you work hard now, then guess what? Later on, you get to vacation big. You get to rest big. You get to retire big. But if you don't put big in, listen to me, if you don't put big in, you're not gonna get big out, you know, and that's just the way that I live my life.
That's incredible, and you know, that's so on point, and you know, I'm pretty sure you can elaborate on that, you know, in a whole seminar on its own. But you know, essentially, you just go all out, and then you know you will reap the benefit. And you know, same thing goes to you, Mr. Tillman. You know, the idea of being a detective and a police officer, I could imagine it's very time consuming because it's not predictable. You don't know when you're going in or going out or how much sleep you're going to get.
Yeah.
So to the masses, again, anyone, I mean, I know many people here in the States would say, I wish I was a detective. I wish I had it all, you know, and you're smiling and kind of like shook your head a little bit. Why are you doing something else instead of just focusing on the career you already have?
The career I already have, I feel, I don't feel like I maxed out. I still love it. I still think I can reach a lot of people. What I'm doing now is just energetic. I'm reaching more people. It's a lot of fun for me. I can help out in areas that I didn't even know were second nature to me. Things that I thought everyone else knew or did not even give a second thought to. A lot of people are asking those questions, and I'm happy I can answer them or talk about them and discuss them. It makes me feel good, and I can sleep easier to know that I can answer what I feel is a simple question that someone else believes is a major situation in their life. That's a good feeling. I like that.
That's good.
Absolutely, and you know, how does one transition from the police officer, detective, which could be at times, you know, very, I'm trying to find the right word for it, but it could be a very aggressive career. Yes. Right? Like from what you do from the day, how do you go from that to, I want to be an author? Like, what was that moment that clicked, that was something that said to you, I want to be an author, I want to motivate people, I want to empower people? What was it that kind of turned the key, if you will?
Living life to its fullest, I believe, is one area that kind of turned the key. There's so many things I want to do with my life. I believe that everyone has so many different gifts and talents. I want to explore as many of them as possible.
That's good.
I love being a detective, but I also feel like I can also step into other realms in life and be very successful. And in the process of stepping into those realms, I just want to go all in and be as positive as possible and bring my A game.
That's good.
That makes sense.
No, it absolutely makes sense, and I'm glad that I'm part of that journey. It really, really is a privilege. Mr. Ramos,
you're helping me out a lot.
Absolutely, sir. You know, one thing that you focus on is assisting, whether it is within the church or outside, with leadership.
Right.
So, can you elaborate on, you know, how your upcoming and the church itself kind of develop that leader that you've become to the masses, and you know, how do you kind of pass that on to everyday average people who may not be leaders in the church or so on and so forth? I know it's a loaded question, but
oh no, definitely. Listen, I understand. You know, to me, believe it or not, I never knew that there was a leader trapped inside of me, and you know, and I believe that, believe it or not, as a matter of fact, that is the motto of our church, that everybody has a purpose. And I believe that everybody, believe it or not, there's a leader trapped in every follower. When I first found the church, when I say the church found me, when I first, you know, found the church and, you know, led my life to God, all I wanted to do was just help. I wanted to serve. I did not want to be the it guy. I did not want to have any titles. I didn't want anybody calling me, you know, pastor, minister. All I wanted to do was just serve. But in me becoming a great follower, it developed a leader in me. In other words, I would take initiative. I would take, you know, I would go the extra point. You know, if my leader needed something, I'll make sure that my leader had it. You know, there were times where, you know, my leader would, you know, just clear their throat, and I would rush and get water. You know, I would always have, you know, a handkerchief on me. You know, I would try to make the load lighter. If my leader, her or him, if they had a problem, I would try to console them, to be compassionate. And before I knew it, they had this big meeting in our church where, you know, they were going to, in church language, basically ordain the next upcoming leader. And I just went for moral support. And, I guess, as we say in the church, the Spirit spoke at that time. And the only one that was really qualified that the leader wanted to become another leader was me. And, to me, it was so surprised because I never really wanted that. All I wanted to do was to be a follower, to be a servant. But becoming a great follower allowed me to develop the leader within. And through that process, I learned to develop other leaders. I learned that, listen, people were not meant to be followers for the rest of their lives. Granted, yes, we all answer to everybody, but if you can help somebody else develop them, or if you can help them come up to the level to where you're at, then guess what? You will then move up to the next level. So I started just out of the genuineness of my heart, just really helping people, developing them, allowing my life experiences to become their experiences, and just giving them certain pointers like, listen, do this, do that, go the extra mile, get this, get that, tell them to take that initiative. And as they started doing it, I saw that I was developing other leaders. So it's almost kind of like, you can't be around me and stay where you're at. That's just something with me. You can't, everybody let you know, everybody that knows me, you can't be around me and stay where you're at. You're going to grow. I believe that grow is inevitable when it comes to becoming who you are. So through that process, Ali, I began to develop leaders, and I saw that there was something that was needed in the church. So I started developing leaders in the church to the point where other leaders starting setting up their own churches and bringing up their own churches, and under my leadership, I taught them, I trained them, I gave them different experiences, and now they have their own churches and they're out there doing great. And every once in a while, we have a networking where we can encourage each other and all this stuff. But it just, to me, it became like Clint said, it became fun. It became something that I was passionate about it, and the passion surpassed the pain, the embarrassment, the apprehension, and the fear. So, because of the passion that was set before me, No.
I completely get where you're coming from. And that should be an example to everybody that is watching or listening, whether you're live or on the recorded version. You may be in a following phase right now, but it doesn't mean that you have to stay there.
Right, exactly.
Your time is going to come. Just make sure that you are nonstop a servant to your audience, to the people around you. I was chatting with somebody yesterday, and we were talking about, I gotta get more followers. And that's in terms of, I want to get more followers on Instagram and Facebook and all that. And I said, well, then make sure you follow them. See,
yes, exactly.
It is called followers on social media world, but the truth of the matter is, you are following them, so you have to deliver the content and the value so they can stick with you. So you have to follow your audience and say, hey, please stay with me, please stay. And you only do that through your actions. So serve, and I could not concur with you on that point in a major way.
Right. If I can, I want to share with you a quick testimony. But I remember when I first started our church, right? We first started a church, I had no training, of course I've been part of a church, but I really didn't have no training as being a pastor, being that leader that everybody goes to. And I know, Coach, you said a thing a while ago that, you love having the answer to people when they come to you. That was one of my greatest fear. What if people come to me and they ask me a question and I don't know the answer to the question? So I started reading books and I started investing in myself and just really getting the knowledge in case somebody had it. And to tell you, from all the knowledge that I've learned, I only put out like 40% of it. So I still have some in bank. But one thing that I want to say with that is that, like Ali was saying, we want everybody to follow us. We want to have the 10K, the 20K followers and all this thing. But you have to remain consistent, even if it's that one person. And my testimony is, I remember preparing myself. It took me a whole week to prepare myself to teach a lesson, a Bible study, right? And, I'll be excited. I have my notes. I know what I was going to teach. And I will put my podium out there and my microphone and my water, and I will get ready. And one person showed up. This is a congregation of almost 30, 60 at the time when we first started. One person will come out to Bible study. And of course, you're looking through the blinds and, you want to make sure everybody's coming, like, what's going on? And you're like, oh, I'm going to give 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes. And then only that one person showed up. So what I did was, I treated that person like it was 100.
100%.
I was excited. I was showing, the diagrams and the all the skits and everything. I was excited. And I taught that person like it was 100 people. And next week, it was one person again. And the next week, it was one person until one became two. And again, the consistency, that one person went and got more people. And then therefore, it just snowballed and it grew and it grew and it grew. So like Ali said, stay consistent, stay faithful, be a servant leader, be a great follower until it's your time to grow as a leader. I always say this, the difference between the seed and the tree is the time in between. Don't throw that time away. It's valuable.
Absolutely. And for you, Clee, one thing that I do know that and this is a good segue, obviously. You've had certain things that you had to overcome. At one point, and I remember a year ago or more when we connected in the first Breakthrough Academy that we met at with Bob Hiley. You started doing videos and tried to kind of build a little bit of an audience, and you used to have, one or two people that would always get on and watch, and they would just literally sabotage him, just make fun, and I would watch it, and I'm like, dude, block him, So, if you don't mind, how did you overcome that, from getting resistance to being embraced within your own community, within your own network? And, so what was that like, and what did you do to make sure you kind of establish yourself within?
It's crazy because the first set of videos I did was a lot of fun. And then I would get text messages or right there while I'm live, people heckling me. And some of them thought it was just funny, and some of them were very serious. And as you said, it gets to the point where it gets discouraging. And I did kind of what it was supposed to take a week off, and it turned into months. And you kind of had me go back out there and start doing videos again. And the very first one, I thought it was going to start happening again. I still get heckled. I still get text messages, but it doesn't bother me because there's a greater good that's going along with this.
That's right.
People are gonna have their fun. There's always gonna be a hater somewhere around. It's kind of me. I kind of flip it. I use if I have haters and I know somebody's watching.
That's right. Yes.
One hater, there has to be two people who are loving it. So those two people, I'm just giving them what I can, and I love it. I mean, it's not going to go away. It's nothing I can change. I can heckle them back, but that's not going to solve anything. All it's going to do is give them fuel for the fire, and they're going to continue to heckle me. One of them fell off. I started ignoring them to the point where now they don't bother me anymore. I honestly forgot until just now that I haven't heard from them in probably about 3 or 4 weeks now. So that's actually a good thing. Just right this moment, I had an aha moment.
Yeah, that's awesome, and that's a blessing, man. That those are the little small moments that we celebrate 100%. So I do know that both of you obviously are just I know you're pretty much ready to rock and take things to a whole new level.
Oh, definitely.
So let's start with you, and let's talk about you just launched your website.
Yes, definitely.
And you have a whole lot of things that are coming along with it. So if you don't mind, if you can just kind of plug in a little bit and just share with us, what is the link for the website? What should people expect from your website, and what's next for you?
Definitely. Listen, just go to miguelaramos.com, right? And there we have a whole forum of different ways that we can help you. We can assist you. We have motivational speaking engagement. We have personal development. We have leadership development. We have all kinds of things there. And that this is, again, you're going to get all my experience. I've had years of experience, not just in business, not just in relationship, not just in ministry, but just as a person, altogether. I've worked with, at least one of them, right? But Ali knows before, I've worked with, people that have been part of Fortune 500 companies. I'm talking about, people that are making millions on top of millions of dollars, people that are genuine good people. Like I said, I consider all these people to be my mentor, but nevertheless, the website is such an awesome tool because over there you can take a look at it. We can customize a plan for you. I believe that everybody is individual. I believe that you cannot be somebody else. Why risk being a cheap copy of a great original? You are it. You understand? So we can customize anything to work with you. I believe in leadership development. I believe that we could get down to the root of stuff and help you to become the best leader that you ought to be in your field. in your field, because chances are you can't offer the same thing to everybody. But you'll find that there on the website, MiguelARamos.com. You know, we're working with so many great people. You know, they already, you know, there's some testimonies out there. Check it out. And again, you know, as we continue to develop, you know, this is something that I'm putting together. But, you know, my wife is coming on as well. You know, believe it or not, my son, you know, who's 10 years old, you know, he's already started to speak to young kids, motivate them, encourage them. So this is a family thing. You know. So you're gonna see my wife very soon, you know, doing videos and coming out, you know. But she's an author. Life Lessons of an Overcomer is her book. Shameless plug. I'm sorry.
No.
Life Lessons of an Overcomer. Check her out on Amazon.com. Her name is Annette Ramos. AnnetteARamos.com. You can get her books there, and there she speaks about her life experiences. But again, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we everything across the board, from marriage, from single, from couples, from business, entrepreneurs, ministry. If you're a leader in the ministry, you develop leaders, whatever it is, you know, we can help you out there if you go. So check us out. That's MiguelARamos.com. Check the links out there. You know, book an appointment with us, and I'm pretty sure that we can help you.
Absolutely, and you know, you know, from what you have available already right now, you are given complimentary evaluation for leadership.
Definitely. Right now, and I have to tell you, this is just a limited amount because they're dropping right now. Right now, we have a complimentary leadership evaluation. If you go there to MiguelARamos.com, you book an appointment with me, we're going to have a complimentary leadership evaluation. We can get down to the root, help you identify what obstacles are in your way, you know, and to help you overcome those obstacles, help you create a regimented system. And through creating a system, it's just like a conveyor belt. Once it's working, all you have to do is manage it. And I'm telling you, success is going to be inevitable. So you want to jump up on that complimentary, you know, leadership evaluation. So go to the website and book it today.
Absolutely. And what's the name of the church?
Our church is New Destiny Worship Center. It's in Towns River. It's 1545 Lakewood Road, Towns River, New Jersey. We have services there twice on Sunday, 10 a.m., 12 p.m. noon, and also we have our studies time, which is Tuesdays at 7. Can you believe that took me a whole week to say before? A whole week to say before. Now it just flows right off the
natural.
So it works. This thing works, y'all. Come on.
Yeah, thank God, man. That's awesome. Now, for you on the other hand, Mr. Tillman, I know that we are looking at more or less about 2 weeks before we get your project launched up. I mean, you've already been building, absolutely. You've been building your audience thus far. You've been cultivating your message. And what should the masses expect from you and for what's to come?
The website's going to be coming. I'll be offering, again, motivational speeches all day long. Well, not all day long, but it'll be on the website.
Eventually all day long, right?
Exactly. And, you know, some empowerment coaching. Helping those looking to strive for success, helping those who have a few questions. We're going to build people up. It's going to be positive. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yes. Also on the website, the book that I was referring to, that it should soon be completed, will be available on there, and 2 other books that I have in the works. Hopefully by the end of this year, I'll have 3 books completed. I'm looking forward to that, and that too will be on the website.
That's amazing, and you know, not only I'm excited because obviously you've given me the privilege to work with you and build that movement for you. The best is yet to come. I can't wait to see the both of you on your own stages and your own platforms, leading the way and delivering what the masses are expecting, out of you. So the last thing that I would say is, and I guess the last question for each one, and we'll start with you, Clee. There are people who are out there that may be listening to this message today, and they maybe say, well, good for them. They made it happen. Mm-hmm. I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't have the resources. I don't have the whatever, fill in the blank. What would be your message to them, to be able to make things turn around?
It's a decision. Once you make the decision and go forward with it, that burning desire will make a way. I know one for a fact we already discussed. I don't have time for anything. but I make time for my kids, definitely, in all their events. I make time for work, even though work consumes me a lot. And I make time for the passions in my life, and this being one of them, because if you don't, then you're just sliding through life, wasting time, and I refuse to do so. There's always time. You can go to bed a half hour earlier. You can get up a half hour earlier.
That's
You can
right.
make small, subtle changes to go about it. Trust me, I am an everyday person that has made, I finally put my foot down and made a decision to go forward with things, and I'm reaping the benefits of my decision now. Anyone else can do the same exact thing too. Once you make the decision, go forward with it 100%.
There you go. That's awesome. And Mr. Ramos,
Definitely.
what would be that message to that person who's watching or listening and they're wondering, I don't think I can do what you do, Miguel?
Listen, yes, you can do it. That's the first thing you gotta do. You have to, for lack of a better word, convict yourself that you can do it. You have to convince yourself that you can do it. If I can tell you my schedule, just like Coach Clee said this, and I don't have time for anything. Not only am I putting in 60, 70 hours in during the day at work, but then I'm a full-time pastor. A lot of people say, well, no, you're part-time. No, I'm full-time. I'm there in the church all the time, and then I have a family of 5 with my wife. So time, of course, is very valuable to me, but that's why you have to invest it wisely. So listen, whether it's getting up like Clee said, half an hour earlier, or putting going to bed half an hour later, you can find time there. If the passion is there, you can find it. You can do anything you put your mind to it. I don't care if you fry the best fried chicken in town, that can make you money. I believe that God has given us, each and every one of us, a gift, whether it's speaking, if you can dance, if you can sing. Like I said, if you can fry that chicken, then fry that chicken, baby. Make a business out of it. Go ahead, put posters out there. You can do whatever it is that you put your mind to it, but you have to convict yourself. You have to convince yourself that you can do it. And then once you do it, guess what? You're going to get obstacles. You're going to get discouraged. You're going to tell yourself, no, why? Because your body is not geared to do something you've never done before. But that's why, even the more reason why you got to push past it. And once you break through that shell, that outer shell, trust me, after that, you're going to experience, I want to say, an experience that you're gonna get hooked on, and you're gonna keep going after it and after it and after it. So push past that shell, break that shell, and I guarantee you that it's going to be worth the while.
Absolutely. And I just realized I'm in the wrong business. I should have got into a fried chicken business.
I eat some fried chicken, man.
I'm missing out. But I'll leave you with this: he who say he can and he who say he can't are usually both right.
That's right.
So whatever you tell yourself, I can guarantee you it'll happen. So I would encourage you and ask of you to have enough dignity within yourself and enough respect for yourself, because here's what I do know about you. You work extremely hard for somebody else. You work extremely hard and you are obedient to someone else. You show up on time, you leave late. You do whatever it takes. You ask for permission to spend time with your own family. Sir, man, can I take the weekend off if you don't mind?
Come on.
That's not the way we're supposed to be living. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not insulting you. I'm not telling you to go in the morning and say, I quit. No. I'm just telling you is, just like these gentlemen, just like myself, and I've been very, very privileged to be in the business world for 9 years, work hard on that little bit of time that you have, even if it's an hour a day. And I don't care what you tell me, you have an hour a day. I'll help you out with that. Stop watching that TV show that you watch.
Yep.
And if you say, well, it's my favorite TV show, DVR it.
DVR it.
Technology.
Like, you think I don't like watching some shows? My wife and I love watching TV. I mean, I'll be lying to you if I tell you I don't, but we DVR everything. Guess when we watch our primetime TV show, like one of the shows we watch is Gotham. Guess what? We watched it this morning at 7:30 in the morning.
Wow.
God is my... Yeah, because we wanted to get our sleep at nighttime so we can wake up and we're productive,
That's
right?
true.
So we watched it early in the morning. We watch our TV shows first thing in the morning, and then, it's an opportunity for breakfast. We hold hands, we do whatever. So yes, you have time. As far as money, I can guarantee you, with everything that's within me, you can build a business from your cell phone without spending a dime. And I'm not talking about network marketing specifically. I'm talking about anything you put your mind into.
That's true.
Think about it like this. Everything you're seeing that's happening right now is being right now broadcasted and recorded from a cell phone. You know, like, do you have a place where you can sit with somebody? Mm-hmm. Can you speak? Congratulations.
There you go.
You can have a show just like we are right now. So please do not settle for whatever you're convincing your mind with. Just do whatever you know you're supposed to be doing. So, gentlemen, I really am excited for the both of you. I cannot wait to release, everything else. You are both tagged on this video. So please make sure you friend them. Make sure you connect with them. Make sure you follow through and hold them accountable. You know, like you want to follow up with Coach Clee and say in a week, what's up with that book?
Yes,
right? You know, and push him. You know, and you want to make sure you follow up with Mr. Ramos and say, hey, I try to book you, but your schedule is full for the whole 2 weeks ahead. Like, what's up, right? So make sure they gave you permission to reach out to them and get help. So absolutely utilize the resources. So I cannot thank you enough for spending yet again another 40 minutes with us. And some of you, I see here from literally everywhere, from West Coast, East Coast, from Europe, from Ghana.
Awesome. Wow.
So you guys are broadcasting in Africa right now. So it's pretty awesome. We appreciate you. We thank you for everything. And please share this message, because you have no idea how many people out there are struggling in silence. As you notice, yes, we feature two incredible individuals. Yes, I'm helping them put their name out there. No one is asking you for $1. We're just telling you to share this and help someone with this complimentary information that you just have received, and it may make your day better. So thank you again. We love you so much. And my amazing, beautiful wife that is behind our device and playing in her cell phone right now is going to get up and she's going to hit the finish button right about now. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye. Later, Coach.
See you guys.